Hello, Helen.
Hi
Thank you
there.
for agreeing to do this video conference. It's really helpful to our other customers, so I truly appreciate what you're doing here.
It's absolutely fine. It's our pleasure.
And could you start, Helen, by just telling us a little bit about your project?
Yeah, so we've had a ground floor extension, which has given us this kitchen diner that you can see behind us. And we sort of repurposed the old kitchen into a downstairs toilet and a utility, because beforehand we had one of those Edwardian outdoor toilets. So it's nice to finally be able to go to the loo indoors. But the room where the roof lantern is the kitchen diner here, and it's about 4.7 by 6.5 meters overall. So we had to have quite a big roof lantern within this space to make sure that we had enough light, particularly as the room to my right hand side here doesn't have any natural windows. So we need a really big kind of light space so that that room still gets some light.
And how did you decide that you needed a blind for this giant roof lantern?
So we are, I think it's northwest facing, but the way that the sun comes in basically comes over the side, and we have a lovely sun trap, which is particularly hot every summer, which is fabulous, except if you've got lots of glazing, which would then make the whole room really, really hot. So we knew that we needed to have a blind to make sure that the sun can be blocked out and that the room doesn't get too hot. We looked at various different options. We looked at some of those honeycomb blinds that kind of go up and look at the different panes, but they seemed to us to be ones that would gather lots of dust and be impossible to clean. And so we kind of came across these ones, which do the whole kind of sort of flat horizontal movement from one part of the upstand to the other. I thought that they would work a lot better. And also the benefit with the ones going horizontally is that we can then move them and block out the sun as the sun comes over, so we can kind of stop the blind at different points if we need to, so we still get the benefit of sunlight coming in but can block the sun from other parts.
Oh, fantastic, and well thought out. And how did you end up contacting WindowTreat?
I found you on the internet and you had good reviews, and then I spoke to a couple of your salespeople, and so I spoke to Chris, and seemed very nice and seems a lot more attentive to the detail around how it would actually work in practice and whether it was the right solution for us. So we ended up coming with you because we felt that we got some really good pre-customer service, as it were.
Oh, that's lovely to hear, and I know Chris will be happy. He takes a lot of, I guess he's looking at it from your perspective, with the considerable experience he has, and you end up choosing the Athena, which is one of our larger systems, because we've got 5 different systems. So you've got a large roof lantern, and Athena with a white or fabric, I think it's called snowflake or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. We had to get the large one because it's a large lantern, so there wasn't much of a choice there. And we wanted to get a fabric that would both let the light in if it was drawn, but also reflect back the heat. So we've got 2 vents in the roof lantern above me, which will let the air out, but we also wanted a fabric so that when it was closed, it would also reflect that heat back out rather than getting it stuck trapped in the room.
Have you had a few sunny days to be able to experience the blind in action?
We have. So it's surprising how little sun will make this room extremely bright, which is lovely. But sort of in front of me, we've got our dining table, and because the sun comes in right from that side over that kind of direction, it does mean that if you're sat at the table facing where the sun is, you can get blinded when you're eating. So we've used the blind quite a lot of days so far, even though we've only had it in place for a few weeks, and even though it's not yet the summer. So I imagine that the blind will get a lot of use over the summer.
And how did you find the experience of the installation, the survey and installation process?
Yep, that was absolutely great. So you guys were really knowledgeable and really good in terms of fitting it. Looks really professional. I think both of us were slightly concerned about how it might look and whether it would kind of interrupt the space up there, but actually it was fitted beautifully, and all the silicone and things were put in so that it sort of blends in with the decor. So yeah, absolutely no issues there at all.
And Helen, last question really, the $1 million question is, would you recommend WindowTreat to friends and family?
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, thank you.